Dude ass try to hold on, damn. Damn. You gonna clap that motherfucker. This is what bloopers are for. We can talk our shit before you clap.
Y'all ready? All right. We good?
I don't know.
You comfortable, nigga?
Yeah, I ain't gonna be comfortable. I got Levi's on. I'm slipping off this. I'm slipping at these couches built like a pair of 11s. Fuck.
He said they built like a pair of 11s. Oh, you so stupid.
Patent leather, hiding a motherfucker on these.
All right, 3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome to Coke. We do that again. All right.
Welcome to the Dion Coke. Damn. Shit.
Welcome to the Jimmy Fallon Show.
Yeah, you getting sued.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1. All right. Welcome to the Vultures.
Yeah, you fucked that up again.
Damn.
It's hard. It's hard with off the tongue. It's very hard. I can't say it. Welcome to the Cultures versus. Yep.
All right,
What is going on?
I don't know. This is maybe because we have an audience.
It's probably him.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Gotta clap.
All right. Welcome to the Cultures versus Vultures podcast. My name is Lanier, and this
I'm
is
Tree.
Nigga, didn't even let me
Let's do it again. Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. You gonna have to get our shit together.
Right,
like this is terrible.
It is horrible. All right. Welcome to the Cultures versus Vultures podcast. My name is Lanier.
I'm Tree.
And we welcome you guys to the second episode. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that you hit the subscribe button right here. We have the YouTube. If you can subscribe to that.
TikTok.
We have TikTok. We have the Instagram.
There it is.
Facebook page coming in. Everything else is coming. We just want to make sure that you guys know. Mm-hmm. With that being said, without further ado, let's get it cracking.
Hey,
Cultures versus Vultures.
Yeah. We're here again.
We're here again.
We're doing this on a Sunday night.
Sunday night.
How was your weekend?
Weekend was good, man. Weekend was good.
We want details. I don't got time for that.
Details.
Weekend
Okay.
was good.
All right, so I started my new job. You know what I mean? Started a new job. Bravo.
Golf clap. That's too damn loud.
Bravo. Yeah, so started the new job. This is my second day. First day sold a car. No, I had to do it.
He didn't even sit down.
First 4 hours.
Sit down.
First 4 hours.
He walked in. They were like, "Welcome to such and such." And I'm getting him, and he sold a car.
First day.
Pissed everybody off in there. I'm pretty sure.
4 hours in.
This is what he does.
Look at the new guy. Yeah, that's the new guy. That's the new guy. But yeah, didn't sell one on Saturday because there's a lot of graduations going on, right? So it was pretty dead, but that's okay. But it's a lot of month left. I'm just learning to get back in the grind of things. I was out the car business for.
A little rusty.
Yeah, I'm definitely rusty. Mm-hmm. I was out the car business for 3 months, right? So I don't want to say lazy, but I got complacent at the bank job, and then I didn't really have to do anything and have to hustle. So
you didn't like that place. I'm going to reword that. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that. Right. I didn't mean you didn't like the place.
Right.
That wasn't you.
It wasn't me.
Wasn't him. I felt it.
Yeah, I agreed. I agree with that. It wasn't me. I'm not a person to just sit at a computer, but I did love helping people though. I really enjoyed helping people, helping people get, their finances straight and everything. But when I wasn't doing that, it was just too much downtime for me, man. I just couldn't handle it. So, and not only that, I just wanted to get back into the business and, and start grinding. And yeah, that's about it. What about you, man?
Before we get there, because you had a lot of stuff. I don't know if this was before the weekend. Just wanted to touch on things, get how you felt about it. Right. So you just got out of a house. You sold the house?
Yep, sold the house.
Yep. You signed off on that house. How did that make you feel seeing your first big purchase?
Go away?
Go away.
It was it was bittersweet, right? Put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in there, a lot of memories in that house. Mm-hmm. But on the flip side of it, it's a whole another chapter that I'm trying to build for myself, right? Mm-hmm. So bittersweet. It was cool. And it was bad. It was just okay, I'm signing this house away. Not away, but I'm selling the house. Mm-hmm. Something that I worked super hard for, and the person that I was with worked super hard for. Mm-hmm. And then on the flip side of it, I was like, okay, this is a whole new chapter for me, right? So, just taking the proceeds and just doing what I can with it, and yeah, you know what I mean. So, it was bittersweet. It was a lot of emotions up and down. But I had to level myself and be like, okay, this is the new beginning. Mm-hmm. Right. So, yeah.
Sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
So, What did I do? I went to work on Friday.
Okay.
Ran through that place, got up out of there. Made
Okay.
sure my crew and my team members were under me. That I was just like, okay, y'all good? Bye.
Hey, Paul. So I gotta tell the world this. This motherfucker can clean better than anybody I know. I mean, Trion is a professional cleaner. I just want to let everyone know that, bro. Like, you know, like you. Man. It's crazy. Like leaving shit spotless.
Thank you. Thank you. I get it from my person. But so I went to work, and me and my fiance, we went up to after I got off of work. I ran through the place. She picked me up from work at around 7, 6.
Okay.
I don't remember. We drove up to Madison, and we went to see family. We went to see our cousins in Madison.
Okay.
Which I am very thankful for having us there. We always have a pleasant time with them. I helped one of the cousins move out of her place.
Nice.
She moved closer to her sister and such and things like that. But she was we were all together under one roof. Much needed time away from the house.
Right.
You know,
That's
we just getting out of town. You know what I mean?
Right.
Really helped us. You know what I mean? Just getting away from the house for a bit. We went. G also joined us.
Nice.
The baby. And we just
By the way, seeing G growing into a little man is kind of dope. You know what I mean? I like that little kid.
Let me tell you something about your nephew G.
I like him, man.
Let me tell you something about him today, because I'll finish the story about how my weekend went.
Right.
But today we ended up at Susie's. I'm giving you all of my kids' names now. I just don't care. I can't
say their names.
I can't say their name.
Right.
Okay.
My seed.
My seed.
You know,
my child.
we ain't doing that
so
over here.
Susie's my second daughter. She plays soccer.
Okay.
We were at the field, and in between the games, she played great. By the way,
Did she score?
I'm so proud of her. She did not score.
Okay, but she
you know,
hustled.
I mean, she got a motor. She's so goddamn good at that.
Awesome.
You know what I mean? So I'm proud of how she made it to the championship today.
Nice.
And they lost though. But
she had to have
she
the
gave it
speech.
all. She left it all out there.
I get it.
I'm very proud of her. We were watching. G was out there.
Okay.
Comes up to me. Yeah, I gotta pee. I'm like, okay. Then there's a bunch of bushes over there. It's it's raining and stuff. I sent him along his way. He's like, oh, the bushes? I was like, okay.
Right.
He runs over there, goes in. I just kind of forget about him. Like 30 seconds to a minute.
Right.
I'm sitting there watching Suze play, and I hear him running back. Ah! 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 Mind you, I'm like, wait a minute. First of all, I sent him go pee by the bushes. I'm thinking something happened to him, like, or somebody said something to him or something.
Right.
I'm like, what the hell? Ah! Ah! And as he gets closer, I got a dookie. I got a poop. I got a poop. I said, I got a poop. But he's crying. I'm like, so what I'm thinking is he went to experiment with the pee, and the poop was like, stop playing.
He was spirit dogging a little bit.
Yeah. And
man.
he probably was like, the poop was like, I'm not playing. This
serious.
This serious. This wasn't a pee break. This a whole potty break. So he runs across the field. One of the fields crying, I got a poop. Carry me. The pavilion way on the other side of the field.
Damn.
And carry me to the bathroom, please. It's coming out. It's coming. I'm like, oh my God. He going nuts.
Holy shit.
He basically almost shitted on himself. And then I took him to the bathroom, and I missed the end of Susie's game, of course. And then I came back, she was crying, and we lost it, stuff like that. You know.
I get it. But before you leave that subject, something just came in my mind that you know, being a father and showing up at your kids' games. Like, that's something. So I can recall my pops coming to like one or two of my like varsity football games, right? I don't know, you know, did your mom ever come to any games, or know? No. Right.
Majority of the time when one of my biggest regrets, and we know how when it comes to football, I was very skilled in that.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I was
jumping out the gym.
Yeah, I was very skilled at that.
Oh,
one of my biggest mistakes in life is I didn't play high school football.
Okay.
So
yeah, I actually forgot about that because I thought you played for Trimper or something, because when we played semi-pro together, I thought like, damn, like
I had to play somewhere.
Yeah,
I did.
Yeah. I really thought that.
I did not.
But the reason why I said that is because like I just wanted to talk about like how important it is for parents to be in those stands for their kids, right? Because I remember just playing and looking in the stands. My sister would be there when she could, but like not having my pops because he lived in Chicago, or my mom didn't show up, or things like that. So I that's something I really look forward to when my daughter gets old enough is, if she plays a sport, which I'm sure she will because she's acrobatic as hell and she's going to do something, right? I just wonder how it feels from that perspective to every time you turn around to know that my dad's right there sitting in the stands.
That's why I kind of show out like Bradford, one of the high schools here. Our boys, me and my fiance's boys have been playing football for the last forever.
And they beasts. Let it be known, they beasts.
So he's going into his senior year with like I can't wait till like the football season starts, because not only that, like he knows we support him in that, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
And I know how he feels when we ain't there, you know what I mean? And most of the times these kids are playing these sports and they ain't even doing it for themselves. It's to make their parents proud, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Or just to get a glimpse of one of the parents. You know what I mean? I ain't seen him all week. He at my game though, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
and then you don't understand, if you're not making those games, that that means the world to them. Just standing out there. Yeah. Exactly. So to touch on what you were saying, that what it means. I'd imagine it means the world to them that we out there supporting them. You know what I mean? So that's why I try to make everything, especially the games, because I have become like, since I've taken on this new role with my job.
Right.
I have not had, summer is going to be better.
Right.
Because I'll be having the mornings with them now, and I'll be able to see my daughter a little more, because they live up the street from me now.
Right.
But they're usually in school, and when they get out of school, I'm going to work.
Right.
So it has taken a toll on me and my kids, seeing them so much, me being hands on.
Okay.
But it'll be I'm pretty sure it'll get better this summer. But I take some of the load off of some of these moms.
Right. Facts. Yeah.
But I need to finish my weekend.
Yeah. I'm sorry that I took off on that. It just sparked in my mind. Just like, I wonder how kids feel. Yeah. Because I knew how I felt, right? So to always have that person there, it has to be awesome.
And I will never understand how you go in to support your kid all these years, like for years and years, and then you just stop doing it. Yeah. Or you just disappear. Yeah. That's like weird to me.
Yeah, I get it.
But okay, back to my weekend.
My bad.
Before we start all this.
Right.
I went to Madison. We were in Madison. We had a good time with the cousins, which I appreciate again if they're listening. Right. They are good people, very good people. They're her cousins. Okay. But they treat me as family as I treat them as such. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. They're really great people. Very much a much needed weekend out of the house, out of the town for us.
That's awesome.
I think I need to start planning more things outside of the house for us, for more activities for us. Yeah. To get us, not that we're on the wrong track, but to get us in a way better place. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Because every couple's gonna have their here and there. You know, the little droughts here and there, and it's just on trying to carry what I need to do a little better. You know what I mean? I think I need to get her out the house a little more.
I get that. I understand that.
Start planning a little more things and just getting her ass out the house. A little more date nights here and there and stuff like that. You know, yeah. I know that's probably all she wants out of me. Just concentrating on that as a going forward type thing.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Like those are important. Yeah. Even with myself being single now, I take myself out.
You did call me, and I was like, "The hell you doing there?"
Yeah. I do that all the time, man. Like even before my previous relationship, when I was single before that relationship, man, I'll take myself on dates. Like I feel like the human mind just needs that, right? And like I love going out to breakfast by myself. I used to go to the movies by myself every Tuesday.
I'm not doing that.
No?
Nope.
Man, I loved it.
I'm not doing that.
I'll get my big ass
We are
popcorn.
two different people. I'm not doing that shit.
Comment below if you would actually go to the movies by yourself, or have lunch by yourself, or have dinner by yourself. I've done it plenty.
The movies I feel like is diabolical. I'm not finna just be sitting up in the corner.
Oh God, I do it.
You cold.
Bro,
you cold-blooded.
I did it for years.
You snapped with that. I can't do that.
And it's not like I couldn't find a date to go to the movies. It's just like I just like my alone time. Like sometimes I like to just being by myself. I had to learn how to be with myself before I could have been with anyone else. You know what I'm saying? And I really enjoyed it. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah. So I don't think I'm there. I don't think I'm there. Nope. Nope. Right. I need. Where you at? Why we can't do this together? You know what I mean?
I mean, I get that.
We can, on my behalf, like if I'm trying to do something, I would like I don't even like going out to like have a drink at bars and shit like that anymore, unless she's with me. I don't like doing things without her. Like it's not fun for me anymore. Like me and you can kick it in with stuff like that. She can have her girls' night and stuff like that.
Right.
But at a certain point, it's just like, damn, I miss her. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
I'm just like, I need her with me for this to be fun for me, because I'm done talking to y'all.
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I was just, I just never been a person that was always in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So
that's another problem of mine. We'll probably get to it in later episodes.
Okay.
Yeah, just I got a problem with the relationships, because I don't feel like I've ever been just alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and
it's been a while since I've just been alone. We talking like high school.
You mean you always been in a relationship since I've known you? You know what I'm saying? I don't think I've ever seen you not in a relationship. I don't think I've ever seen you single, and that might be what it is.
Yeah,
you always had a companion.
Yeah.
Me, I haven't. You know what I'm saying? And I was okay with it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I mean, I know this woman's not going anywhere, so. You probably never experienced it, my boy. Because honestly, like
now that's not true, because it always be there's been certain relationships. Oh, she ain't going nowhere. Bye. Damn.
I get it.
Damn.
I get it. I don't know, man. I loved dating myself. If that sounds crazy.
Oh. That's going. Caption that.
Oh, here we go.
Dating yourself is crazy.
Taking myself on a date. What's wrong with that?
And you go get flowers and shit?
Nah, hell no.
You draw the line at chocolates and shit?
Yeah, no, I don't just buy myself no flowers and nothing.
I mean, why not? You watching Avengers Endgame and shit by yourself?
No. Bro,
I'm just fucking around. Oh, no, I'm really playing. I really love that for you. You spending time by yourself and shit.
Yeah,
we are two different people, and that's why we're doing this.
Yeah,
because
two different perspectives.
Different perspectives, because I ain't no way in hell I'm thinking of doing that. And I love that for you. Continue to do that until you find that person that's gonna be like, you ain't going nowhere by yourself.
I get it. Yeah,
because I'm not doing that.
I totally get that.
Don't invite me to the movies.
Damn. I can be like, hey, bro, you want to go catch a movie? Like, damn, all right.
Nope.
Damn.
Nope.
All right. Damn, bro.
Okay, so today's episode, you found out a bunch of shit about me. We gonna get off this, and so you really don't want to go to the movies with me? Damn, it's a joke, bro.
Yeah,
now, if you really need to talk and shit, I'm bringing my son and some shit. Hey, look, come to the movies with me. Is this janky? This is a setup.
All right.
This is a goddamn setup.
Wow.
Okay, so today's podcast, what we really wanted to talk about today, since we got our weekend out the way.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
So yeah. We was actually going to talk about like friendship this time, and like what brotherhood means and what a friend should be. Right. A lot of people, I feel like, misconstrue what a friend is. Mm-hmm. Right. Too many people, I feel like, too quickly give that title. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like there's associates and then there's friends. Mm-hmm. Right. And I feel like people mistake those two a lot. Right.
Is there people that you would do business with and you would be like, I would never be his friend?
Yes.
Okay. Finish.
110%. 110%. Yes. I mean, because in retrospect, you're supposed to keep friends and business separate. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like you and I can go to business together and not have any problems. But there's certain friends that I would never do business with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? On the strength of like.
Which understandable. Got it. Yeah.
Right. You know what I mean? So yeah, absolutely. But like, what does a friend means to you? Like, what is something you think of, like when you think of like a friend, like your brother, like that? And what do you think their duty is?
I don't think I've ever heard that, so I'll break it down.
Right.
Okay, so I don't have a lot of friends.
Okay.
I don't got a lot of friends, and I was explaining earlier before we jumped on this podcast.
Right.
I was explaining that I don't have friends, so when I bring you in as like close to me, I really see you as like one of my brothers.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so all my brothers are doing bids right now, and they're all behind bars. So I don't have anyone out here.
Okay.
All I do have is my brothers.
Okay.
I can name a couple of people. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, which sometimes, which you said like, well, I don't think you said you do it. So let me stop it there. What I do is, when I bring you into my circle, I see you as a brother, right?
Okay, yeah.
So I expect you, which I'm having a hard time when I don't receive it back. I'm expecting you to be me to you, like like I am to you.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's certain people that are around me that I'm just willing to risk everything for. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't care about a lot of things. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do care about the kids and how my kids think, but like there's certain things that I won't allow you to play with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or play around. Like I know, like if I feel like you picking on one of my people, or if I feel like you think you getting away with some messing with one of my people,
Right.
I feel like I had to deal with you a certain way.
Yeah, I get
you know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah.
What I expect from you is just answer your phone, be there for me. Can I talk to you? Can I talk to you about certain things and you tell me about myself? I don't want a yes man around me. I want you to tell me exactly what I did wrong and how suggestions on how to go about things. I got one friend, just an example, just telling me about myself. I got one friend that I used to put a lot of stuff on Facebook.
Okay.
I used to put a lot of stuff on Facebook, and my friend and my fiance told me about myself. It was
Right.
the big thing was my fiance telling me about myself, and telling me it hurt her feelings. I used to put a lot of my business on Facebook.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And like a lot of personal shit, a lot of shit that probably just trying to get likes and shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? Just trying to be. I'm not getting attention here, so I'll put it on Facebook. Maybe I'll get some attention on Facebook.
I can understand.
You know
that.
what I mean?
Yeah, I can understand.
Until my friend was like, stop doing that. You know what I mean? You have to stop doing that. You know what I mean? It's becoming a problem. I had two friends that told me that. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I look at them like brothers. You know what I mean? But it really came to a point where like she was just like, you're hurting my feelings. That's what really, really, really made me to stop. But tell me about myself. Tell me where I'm wrong. Tell me anything, things that suggest things I should do better. Don't just be like, yeah, you messed up. How should I handle that? How I should have handled that?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I have been lately feeling like that. I'm not getting that back from certain people that I've been like, this is my brother. You know what I mean?
The accountability or
not the accountability. Like you, outside of you, there's certain friends that I can talk. We can hang, we can drink. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's those friends.
Right.
Where I need the person that I can come and cry and or spill my guts out. Why am I feeling this way? That you gonna sit and have a beer with me and spit the real shit, and we talking about real shit.
Yeah, 110.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't. There's people that they don't want to hear. There's some people that ain't those kind of friends.
Yeah, no, I agree.
They just not that kind of friend, and I love you to death. You just not that person we talking about serious shit about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And when I find a friend like that, and then you're not being that for me, like, damn, I thought you're supposed to be that person for me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, and sometimes they don't realize what they mean to you.
So do you think that a lot of men is afraid to show other men that type of support because they'll be like, you know, they're ashamed of maybe crying or
no,
you know what I'm saying?
No, I don't get that from my people. I don't get that at all.
Okay.
I'm busy, or I'm just lazy in the friendship.
Okay.
That's all it is. Is you just not showing up. You're just not showing up when you could just easily show up. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It's easy to show up. You're just making it difficult where you don't
overthinking.
Yeah, you're overthinking shit. Like we don't have to. But I don't think it's what you're saying. I don't think it's like that at all.
Yeah, I mean, because, obviously, what I'm saying, like, what I, been through this year, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of, it's kind of like my first time ever seeing that, okay, I need to step away from some people.
Mm-hmm.
It's my first time realizing that. It was just like, okay, when everything was all good, when everything was perfect, doing all the things that we were doing together, those people would be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, boom, the world got flipped upside down. It's just like, okay, where is everyone? You know what I'm saying? And I learned that, like, wow, what my dad said was right. My dad always told me, he said, son, you're gonna count your real friends on one hand, and you're not gonna use every finger. And that is real shit. Mm-hmm. That is real shit. It just keeps playing in the back of my head, him telling me that. He said, all of your friends are gonna be on one hand, and you're not gonna use every finger. And I learned that this year. 2025 was about really learning who's there in your corner and who isn't. And that's real shit, bro. So, and I'm proud to say, you sharing this couch with me, you one of those people. You're one of my fingers, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have
you
been,
one of my fingers.
Oh God, that sounds weird as hell. Pause. Pause. One of my fingers. But pause.
I hear you.
But I can truthfully say that I know that you would have my back in any situation.
Mm-hmm.
And this year proved it didn't take this year to prove that.
Okay,
but
I was about to say,
yeah.
wait a minute, damn.
It solidified it for me though. It solidified it. It's like, okay, yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just want to say that.
And I appreciate that. Vice versa.
Right.
Vice versa. I feel the same way about you.
Right. I appreciate that. Yeah.
What did I want to speak on? I wanted to say, what do you remember how we met?
LBC. Yeah. But, LBC was for the people who don't know us, right? LBC.
You about to say it?
The names? No, I ain't gonna say the names.
Are you sure? I mean, it's our guys. I mean, fuck them.
Okay. All right. All right. So the LBC, Lanier, Brian, Chris. Right, it was the people that we grew up with. We all decided to get an apartment at one point, and
that was not an apartment. So that was a dance hall. That was. I'm gonna tell you exactly what it was because he's bullshitting. The LBC, Lanier, Brian, and Chris. Mm-hmm. The LBC, we just named it that, and everyone came together for football. From football,
right?
We had about 40 friends living in a in a 2-bedroom apartment. And it became damn near a dance hall in there. Nightly,
party
daily.
Every weekend.
It was
crazy.
It was crazy.
It was crazy.
It was beyond crazy.
It was crazy.
So we met through the LB when our other co-host Ronnie kind of brought me around everyone.
Yeah, Ronnie
introduced me to everyone, and then Ronnie started coming around me. We obviously grew up together. We're from Kenosha, so I've been knowing Ronnie damn my whole life. You know what I mean? But we wasn't as close.
Right.
Football brung everyone together like it kind of always does.
Even people who sitting at home on Sundays.
Yep. We all started playing football, and I met some of the best men in my life from that team.
Right, and all of the people that you met from the semi-pro team, we all played high school ball together.
I didn't know that. I'm older than them. Yeah. So yeah, they all like my little brothers.
Right.
But we all met from football, and we were just party animals.
Like a motherfucker.
I don't remember any. God. I didn't have kids at the time. I might have had one daughter. I had my oldest daughter, but I was young. I was out still running the streets. Doing fuckboy shit. Right. Just out and about, chilling with Lil Bro and them. And I mean, it was just a party house. Yeah. Do you have any favorite? Before I get into favorite memories, when did you realize that? Okay, tree solid like that.
Oh, I know. I tell you this story all the time. I found out you was solid, bro, when I was hungry and you dropped off that food stamp card. Oh, God. I'm like, damn, I'm fucking hungry. And Tree was like, damn man, ain't no food up in here. And the next day,
this is at the LBC.
LBC. I'm like, bro, like we had. Let it be known, we all worked at Fair Oaks.
I didn't work there. I worked at Fair Oaks for a day. Out of here,
man.
What is going on here,
bro? That's how we was paying rent.
This is slavery.
Yeah, we worked at Fair Oaks, man, and you know, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know how we had so much free time because we had to work the next day. But yeah, bro, it was no food in there. I'm like, damn, I'm hungry as fuck. I ain't got.
It was liquor.
Fun. Yeah, it was definitely liquor.
I'll tell you another thing that wasn't in that place. Toilet paper.
Never.
For all you women going in and out of there into that bathroom and coming out. There was no toilet paper in there. What were you doing?
Man, listen, we got to get that deep into it. But all I know is
what were you doing in there?
But what I do know, I was like, I opened that fridge, I was like, this shit horrible, right? And yeah, bro, you was like, yeah, bro, you gotta eat. He brung over the EBT card and he was like, bro, go get some groceries. And after that, I'm like, this nigga's solid.
Ever since then,
yeah.
So I knew, I always knew like, okay, we close. This is like my little brother and shit. You know what I mean? But how you always want me a part of shit. You know what I mean? When you start getting to the bag and shit.
Right.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. It's before you got to the bag.
Right.
There had been a time that I wasn't answering the phone for you. And I just didn't want to be bothered. I might have been going through something myself, and this is when I stayed over by Snap-on.
Oh, yeah. I popped up on your ass.
He popped up on me.
Oh, God.
Just opened the door. Fuck wrong with you? Damn.
Oh, God.
Damn, he just walked in the door. What the fuck wrong with you? You don't see me calling and shit? I was like, he came ain't nobody ever done that.
Oh, yeah.
Ever done that. You popped up at the house. Yeah, what the fuck you doing? You don't see me calling? I was like, oh, okay, I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
My bad. You know what I mean? Okay, I'll answer your calls and shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I have to pop up on him.
Yeah,
because, man, I was always told, man, be treated how you want to be treated. And I'm like, all right, I don't remember particularly what you was going through at that time, but I remember that you were going through something. And I'm like, okay, he ain't answering the phone. I'm like, I think I called you for like 2-3 days straight too, bro. Like, to be honest with
Legit.
you. I'm like, all right, I ain't finna send a popo over there. I'm like, I'm finna pop up myself. Didn't even call.
He walked in the door.
Yeah, what's up, nigga?
I was like, what the fuck?
I'm like, yeah, I do pop-ups. You good? I'm like, you haven't answered my phone at all. And I feel like that's what a friend is.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know that your homie going through something, and he ain't answering, you know that's out of character. You know you ain't did shit to him that he shouldn't be talking to you.
Right.
I got to go check on him.
So what is your what would you call that? Fondest memory of what was your favorite memory of us? Like up to this date, like what can you say it on camera?
Nah, I don't know. I don't know, bro. Because we done some shit, and I don't know if we should.
No, okay, yeah.
I don't know if we should talk about that shit on camera, G. I don't know.
Are we talking? So listen,
it was the little bit of the street shit that I was involved in. The shit was.
I wasn't there.
Exactly.
I wasn't there for that.
Oh.
Nope. I know exactly what you're talking about.
The mission?
The mission with all 30 of y'all.
All right.
I wasn't there for that day.
You weren't there. You was there for the aftermath.
I was there for the aftermath.
Okay.
I came in the house. I came to the LBC and y'all was all sweating and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, shit happening here. Woo, shit happening here.
Yeah. The mission was the mission. Yeah.
So,
remember we said in the first episode we won't say names.
We
and
won't
shit.
say names. We can't do that.
We can't
do that.
We can't do that.
So with that being said, you don't have any brothers.
No.
You got a sister.
Have a sister. Yes.
I have a sister.
Love her dearly.
We just got off the phone with her and she was cussing. She was acting a damn fool. He was in here going crazy in here.
God, bro.
Had to calm his ass down. Calm down.
My let it be known, like I don't know if a lot of people in Kenosha know that Portia is my sister. I'm gonna say her name because that's my sister.
Ain't no way in hell they don't know that's your sister.
Well, I mean, but some people didn't at first. Motherfuckers used to be like, "Oh, that's your sister?" I'm like, yeah, because our last name ain't the same. I just have to say this, right? My sister is my everything. Is my everything. Her and I have done life together. You can get the violin all you want. Like my sister practically raised me, and she's only 3 years older than me. That is the most unselfish, most caring person that I've ever met in my life. I tell her all the time, and I know I ain't trying to go deep and shit. I told her, I said, I gotta die before you because I don't know how to do life without you. You know, I tell her that all the time. I tell her that all the time because that's the truth. I love my sister to death, bro. 110%. She is my rib. She is my rock. Right? That is the most unselfish person. And if I told her, I said, girl, if I get rich, you ain't got to worry about nothing else ever in life. Ever in life. I'm going to take care of her. For real. Sorry, I didn't mean to go so deep.
No, yeah, because I don't know where to take it from there. You just took my shine.
No, that's my whole heart, bro. I would do some real serious jail time over her.
I feel, well, damn.
I'm just being honest. Just don't fuck with my sister. You don't fuck with my sister, you're fine.
Yeah, so I've got quite a bit. We mentioned in the last podcast that I just met my dad over a couple of years.
Right.
And I found out I had a sister and a brother.
Right.
Which is crazy. That
your sister cool as hell too, bro.
Yeah, stay away from my sister, bro.
Oh, come on.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is cool. Get your ass away.
Bro, she look like you with silky hair, bro. I ain't trying to
She do not look like me, bro.
Oh, yes, she does.
This is a whole Colombian woman.
Bro, you Colombian too?
Yeah, I don't look it really.
She have your nose too.
She got no. She swears I ain't got her nose.
Shit.
We got our daddy nose.
Shit. I might have the editor edit a picture of his sister here next to him. Just
he
so,
can do that. He can do that. He can do that.
Just so, and I want y'all
and
to comment
be like,
in the comments.
That boy don't look shit like her.
Shit.
Yeah. So when I found him, so I got a brother named Gio. Right. And literally the same name as I name my middle name and also my son's name.
Right.
Giovanni.
Right.
But so I found out I had a brother and sister. But from my mom, there's.
You got more siblings?
You know I got more siblings.
Oh, yeah.
From my mama.
Yeah.
You tweaking.
I'm tweaking like a motherfucker.
Yeah. So I got one baby sister and I guess 4 of us, 4 of the boys. Right. And they all kind of doing bids. Actually, I got one that's out, but we don't really see eye to eye at all. And you just kind of love you from a distance side of thing.
You think that would ever change?
I don't to be completely honest, no. Because we can't talk about the same things at all. Me and him can't. We on a different level of we just can't talk. He can't relate to me. I can't relate to him. I don't understand things he go through because they're easy fixes. We just can't relate.
Okay.
It's definitely a love you from a distance kind of thing. You know what I mean? I know people are gonna hate to hear that, but for my piece, I don't see me just being like trying to take him in and interact with him. I would love to, but I just know where it leads. You know what I mean? Last couple of times, and I'm just being real.
Yeah, be real, bro.
The last couple of times I done seen my brother, he look at me like he'll do something to me.
Really?
Yep.
Do you?
Like it's not that I fear him because he's my little brother. You know what I mean? It's 2 people. I'm the oldest in my family from my mama. Mm-hmm. I'm the oldest boy, and there's 2 under him before him, or one before is Sean and then him. I don't fear him, but he looks at me like bitch ass Nick. You know what I mean? Like he don't respect me for some reason. I don't know what it is, but
do you think that all brothers have that type of, I don't want to say animosity, but feel like that about their big brother, like in a challenging way?
No, hell no. My other brothers don't feel that way.
I don't have a brother, so
my other brothers don't feel that way.
Okay.
I know they don't.
Okay.
So I have, like I said, it's 4 of us. From my mama, it's four brothers. Mm-hmm. All of us are completely different. You know what I mean? I am who I am, as we can see here. Mm-hmm. I got one that's under me. He's been going, the one that's been going since 06. Mm-hmm. Kind of a jokester. He's not friendly at all. You know,
he's your little brother?
I'm the oldest.
I thought he was older than you. I just always thought that because he's been in jail so long.
Just because he's in jail, he older than me? What kind of shit? I guess I got to go to jail. I got to go get my stripes because this don't make no damn sense.
No, I'm just saying.
I'm the oldest. He is 2 years younger than me.
Okay.
He's whatever. I don't know. I believe he's 2 years younger than me. It's okay. 2 steps. Yeah. Okay. So right under him, he's not friendly at all. He really nothing to be played with. He don't joke and shit like that. And then there's the one I really don't get along with. I would say his name, but he probably would say something about that and cuss me out and bitch ass nigga. Ain't no, he talks so like, I'm not here to bash him, but it just, we don't get along. Then it's my baby brother. The kind of, I feel like every one of us, if you ask my sister, if you ask the one I don't really talk to like that, if you ask him, well, they probably all say the same thing. This our brother. This my baby brother. This his baby brother. And that's Punkin.
And I really like him.
He's a good dude. He's very likable. He's just a goddamn cowboy. Yeah. You know what I mean? He's just a damn cowboy.
He's a cowboy. Yeah.
And he kind of just as I ask questions later, I'll deal with that shit later. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do right now, and I'll ask questions later.
Right.
But he is our our favorite, the favorite, like he's our brother, like our baby brother. I'm pretty sure if you ask my sister, she the same way. Like this our little man, this our brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we feel his love.
Right.
You know what I mean? I'd imagine like from my little sister's perspective, like when it comes to the one that's under me, Deshaun, he's been going since 2006. My sister, which a lot of people don't really talk about like that, my sister might not. You know, she don't know him.
What year was she born?
She was around. She was born, but she was a kid. We talking 2006.
Damn.
She ain't no telling. I don't know how old. I don't know. And she probably gonna watch it and be like, you don't even know my goddamn age. She might be if Punkin 30.
33 type shit.
No, hell no. She the baby. She the baby. She can't be. I don't think she in her 30s yet.
Okay.
You know what I mean? She knows she got a brother. You know what I mean? She got him and a brother, but to like know your brother, I don't think she does.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Does she talk to him or write him?
We talk to him. We talk to him all the time. You know what I mean? That's not the problem. It's just that like he been going so long. He say shit that y'all got tattoos? Damn, we grown as hell, bro.
Grown as fuck out here.
Yeah, I got a kid. Damn, you got a kid? When my sister started having kids, bro, like you got a kid?
So I gotta ask this, right? What iPhone was out when he got locked up?
What iPhone?
Yeah. So because when he comes out and
he gonna be mind blown. Oh. But I don't think it was an iPhone out when he went in.
2006?
Yeah, we was doing like Blackberries and the flip joints.
Damn. So he gets out what, 2035?
Damn, how'd you narrow that down? Did I say that?
I think so. I think you said 2035, bro.
No, I said I believe I said when Andrew turns 25.
Yeah.
Is that gonna be 35? She going on 19. She don't want me to talk. I talked to my daughter. I don't want to say her name. My daughter. Damn, you said my name and my birthday. Give my social security card. Then I'm like, okay, damn, okay, right. All right. Sure.
Well, anyway, when he see a phone, it's gonna blow his mind.
Blow his damn mind.
It's gonna blow his mind.
It's gonna blow his damn mind. So what the hell were we talking about? Okay, so. We're talking about brothers, and it leads back into the brotherhood and leads back into the friendships. And let's get back on track. So all my brothers, all of them are doing bids, and you guys have been here. My circle have been here to like fill that void. You know what I mean?
Right.
To fill that void of which I don't have, and it's just like absent in my life. With having that friendship between like brothers and shit, you know what I mean?
Right.
I'm just really lacking that. I think and as we're talking about my brothers right now, and me being the oldest in my house, we were dealing with a lot of shit. Our mom not being there, you know what I mean? Yeah. A lot of shit that I realized that now that I'm older, you know what I mean? And me being the oldest, and I'm only saying this, like I said, we want to be real here. And maybe there might be somebody watching this that you are the oldest and you got people under you and you know what y'all going through at the house. I don't feel, now that I'm older, I don't feel like I was protective enough of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was so busy trying to get out of that just get out of that environment. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I was so busy trying to get out that environment that I forgot I had siblings. I was leaving.
I get that. And that's funny that you say that because, like, you know, my sister, even though she's only 3 years older than me, she always took on that motherly role, even when we was younger. She always just took care of me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that was so crazy. Like, I mean, like the girl will feed me, give me a place to stay. Like, you know, she was 16, 17. She was 15 when she had her first daughter. And this is when I got real respect for my sister. Okay. And hopefully she don't get angry that I share this, right? But my sister got pregnant at 15. Right? And she made a woman decision.
A woman decision, you got it.
A woman decision, a real woman decision at 15, and kept who we know as heaven, right? Hopefully she don't get mad at us say her name either. And look what heaven turned out to be, right? So that goes to tell you what type of parent.
I mean, heaven's incredible.
Incredible. Incredible. And
I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that. I'm not just saying that.
Either.
We talking about like incredible woman.
Oh yeah, incredible
turning into
being.
This incredible human being.
Incredible human being.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
That's when I got real respect for my sister, because she could have took the easy route. Obviously, she didn't. She came up here. She moved from Chicago up here, and she went to finish high school, and then she got straight into the workforce. And what I would do, you know, Portia would provide me with all the snacks, and she would buy me, you know, the video game that I want. And I would just babysit Heaven, and Portia would go work, and she would keep her apartment, had her little Buick car that she had, and she would just work and just take care of her family and take care of me, and, you know, and take care of Heaven, and just kept working and doing everything. There's nothing that my sister wouldn't do for her kids. Right. And there's nothing that she never would have done for me. When I say that she's the most powerful woman that I've ever seen, that is the truth. And I tell her that. I'm not just saying that's because we're on camera and things like that, but it's incredible what type of woman she is and how she took care of her kids and how her kids love her. And now my niece got a full ride scholarship to Madison and is graduating next year already. That's crazy. Right. That doesn't go with not being a good parent.
Right.
That doesn't go when a kid doesn't do that without giving them for my parent not showing them which way to go and what type of guidance to give. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I guess what I'm saying, and the reason why I'm saying this is just like, hey, if there's single mothers that's out there that's going through this, just keep going.
Keep trucking.
Keep trucking, because the more you pour into your kids and they see that you're struggling and you let them know, like, hey, you might be struggling. I'm not saying that my sister's struggling now, because she's not. But, you know, at the beginning it was rough, right? At the beginning that's rough. That's fair to say. But she never gave the fuck up. And look at what's happening. It's not
just heaven.
It's not just heaven.
It's not just heaven. They all falling in line. They all falling in line. She has done such a great job with those damn kids. Listen, and let me for me to, and I don't give a shit. I'll bring race in it to, you know what I mean. Strong black woman Portia is
the strongest.
Very strong black woman. Got those kids very. They play a lot with me because they play too goddamn much. Right. But very well behaved, respectful young kids. She got. I mean. Doing a great job with them damn kids.
A cheerleader who does traveling cheerleading, right? She figures that shit out, right? Bugger, who was playing football, now that's running track, figured that shit out. TT, who's the softball player, figuring that shit out. And I want you to understand, this is a single mother who all four of these kids are doing all of this. And somehow, if I was her, my fucking head would pop off, right? But somehow she is there for everything. For everything. And don't ask nobody for shit.
Don't ask for shit.
Don't ask for shit. But give everyone everything. I got to find a way to take care of this woman. I got to. Before I die, I got to take care of her. I'm just letting you know.
So Portia, if you're watching this, he just glazed you for about 10 minutes. Which you got it. We love you.
She deserves a 10-minute session.
Deserve it.
Yeah, she deserves a 10-minute session. I don't give a fuck.
No, I fucks with it. I fucks with it.
I'm just talking to the viewers. Y'all sick of hearing that shit.
I fucks with it. No, but listen. So I don't want to cut you off or anything.
No,
I know. I see. I'll let you finish that because Portia
sister
is a great woman. I ain't gonna lie. And heaven is heaven. So
Yeah.
no, but I want to speak on my brothers and get it off me.
Right.
I do. I want to just keep talking about how I feel a little responsible that I feel like I left them there because I did leave them with. I left them with my grandma. So with my granny, my granny took us in.
Okay.
Took us in. My mom went off to. She went off to prison. My granny took me in, and she had been done raising kids. I feel like, you know what I mean. She took us in. She gave us a place, and I love her to death for that. You know what I mean. Mm-hmm. But she wasn't. No, we wasn't her kids to be raising. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As into teaching them things and hey, pushing them to do sports, pushing them to do things. You know what I mean?
Right.
That wasn't in her to do, and I don't really fault her for that. That falls on my mother, but I do feel guilty because I feel like we all grew up in the same house, but we all took different lifestyles and routes. You know what I mean? I've never asked them like how they felt about me leaving the house, or if they would, or I would ask for forgiveness or something like that, because I knew they felt a certain type of way because I knew how my brothers were. Mm-hmm. And I don't know if I would change their trajectory in life if I was to just stay in the house and be under them, or how your sister is with you. Could I have been that way to maybe my baby brother and my sister? You know what I mean? And I know I don't want you to be like, don't blame yourself and shit like that.
I'm not gonna say that.
I don't blame. I don't do that. But I always think about like, damn, could I have taken? Because I had nothing before you start. I had nothing to offer them because I wasn't taught shit. You know what I mean? And I'm not so much asking you like, do you think they would feel this way? I'm just getting it off my chest.
I get it. I'm just gonna give you my perspective on it.
Let me finish. Okay. Let me finish. I had nothing to offer them, right? I have no.
So you think?
Maybe, okay.
So you think?
Yeah. So I felt like I had nothing to offer them to get them out of this space, to get them out and about, you know what I mean, see the world and do other things. I hadn't started doing that until like my late 20s and early 30s, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and I'm just now thinking like, damn, I wonder if they felt some type of way. Do they feel abandoned by me? Because, and this is why I really don't get along with my other brother. I won't say his name, because I wonder if he felt abandoned from me.
Did you ever ask him?
I never did, because we can't have a conversation. I mean, this is the one I really can't have a conversation with him. You know what I mean?
But so maybe you should just go into that situation knowing and just grab him like, no, like, bro, like, look at me.
I think he'd fight me. I think I had to put him on his shit.
I mean, if that's what it takes, right? I mean, sometimes, you know, like, sometimes you just got to hold him and be like, bro, I'm not here to fight you. I want to know, is this is why you turning out this way? However way he's turning out, I don't know. But
because I don't want to be like, oh, this is how you turning out. Because I'm just like towards me, because he treat me just different, and I believe he treats my sister the same way, and that's a big thing. That was one of the biggest things with me, is he treats my sister a certain way. You know what I mean? And I don't respect that at all.
Then you might have to holler at him, but holler at him, and you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you got to scoot to the level and be like, hey, bro, like, listen, like, come holler at me. I'm not on this. I'm not on that. After all, you are my brother, motherfucker. Come holler at me.
Yeah, because as of lately, I just don't feel like, I really feel like he'd be like, I could do without you being my brother. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's how I've been feeling with him.
Yeah, and you need to let that be known, but also let him know that I still love you, right? Because maybe that's what it is. Or honestly, maybe he need a hug from you, bro.
Yeah.
That could be real. That could be real.
I hear what you're saying, but you know, I've tried that before. You know, I feel like I've tried that before.
So my thing is, this is blood.
I feel like I've exhausted all my, you know, I've done everything.
Then if you feel exhausted, then you feel exhausted.
I really feel like I have to love him from a distance.
I tell you right now, I couldn't love my sibling from a distance.
You got one sibling.
I know. I get it. I just, we'll come back to that because I got something fresh on my head because you said that your family, you wonder if your siblings feel like you abandoned them. And I just wanted to let you know that sometimes to better yourself, you got to be selfish. Sometimes you can't think about everyone else when you're in the process of bettering yourself. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong, right? And I feel like I went wrong there in some aspects too. Like, you can't worry about everybody else, even though they are your siblings. But I think that maybe they looked up to you and they seen that you were doing it.
Shirt down.
I seen maybe they seen you and they looked up to you, and then they started getting their life on track based off what you were doing. So I think that you were teaching them without even knowing that you were teaching them. But I don't think you was in the point of life where you could have been like, come with me. You understand what I'm saying? You had to be selfish and separate yourself to learn what life is.
Yeah, because I really feel like I would have probably ended up like that. I probably would have ended up in a joint. But you know what? I had a kid young. I had Ange young, and I feel like, too. And she definitely helped. Having my daughter definitely helped me out.
Yeah,
definitely mellowed me out. I was not so much not in the streets, out of the streets, but I was still just doing whatever the hell I wanted to do.
Stupid shit. Yeah.
But I had something to lose in her. You know, I went to jail for a month or two when she was a baby, months old maybe.
Okay.
And I came home and she like a whole different baby. Right. Over just a month or two. I was like, who baby? Is that your baby? I really wasn't joking. I was like, is that my baby? Right. You know what I mean? Right. And I told myself that would never happen again. That would never happen again. Yeah,
because you missed a lot.
I missed a ton of shit.
Yeah, I get that.
But I think what this episode is about is weaning out. Not even weaning out. Just telling people that you're not gonna have so many. What your dad was telling you.
Yeah. You're not gonna,
what your dad was telling you.
Yeah. You're not gonna. Everyone ain't for you, bro.
Everybody can't go where you're going.
That's not.
Everyone can't go where you're going, and also, you don't. If there's any teenagers watching this podcast, I don't know if you are. If you were in school, I don't know. You don't have to do everything your friends are doing. They can simply be your friend. They aren't your friends if they're not allowing you to be just you. If they're vaping, smoking, doing hard drugs, drinking, and you just a teenager, and
you really ain't got to do that.
You don't have to do it, but also that can still be your friend.
Facts. Trust me, I got plenty of friends that do
I don't smoke.
Right. No.
I've never smoked. Now, all my friends smoke. I don't have to do that, but they did nothing but respect it.
One thing I have to say this now that you're saying that, right? Like, because I never peer pressured you, right? Like, I'll probably be smoking a blunt or something back in the day and shit, and I'll try to pass it to him. And he will always say, nah, bro, that ain't me. Cool. Leave it at that. I cannot stand a friend who says, nah, bro, just do it. Nah.
I never got that. But they know that I will. Somebody get married, and that's a big thing. Oh, we got treated. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh, snap, we got treated smoke. You know, you get married. You know, we had a funeral or some shit like that. We all together. Yeah. But casually. No, I'm not. Because I'm not doing that. I don't have to do that. I have friends that
accept that.
I just accept that, and you have to realize if you got friends like that, and this is because if you grown and shit watching this, you ain't dealing with peer pressure. Because if you got
people deal with peer pressure.
You got something else to deal with. If you still being peer pressured as a grown man in your 30s and 40s,
there's some grown men out here still being peer pressured.
Okay, let's talk to them too then. Okay, grow up.
Yeah. I mean, why do you think you still got 40 and 50-year-olds still in the streets in the hood?
That is awful. Yeah, I know.
Right. Yeah, the peer pressure.
That is awful.
Of the four walls that they're used to seeing.
So listen, if you got friends and you're just like, and you don't want to do something and they're like, oh, yeah, they looking at you a certain type of way because you just not doing what they're doing, that isn't your friend.
Definitely not.
It's not your friend.
Nope.
It is very simple. It is as simple as that. That is not your friend. and you're dealing with peer, it's really called peer. You don't have to deal with that. You can simply just move on and walk away from it, ease on out of it. But if they're already to that point of you feeling like they're doing that, and you feeling like you doing shit that you just don't want to do, you don't even like it, you going home angry, I don't know why I did that shit.
Right.
You don't have to do it. Just tell them no. And if they don't respect it, that's not your friends. Who cares what they think about you? Who cares what they say about you behind your back?
Right.
At this point, it doesn't really matter.
That's one thing I always stood on, right? You know, again, I played football and stuff, so I was around a lot of different races and cultures, and we all know, you know, what culture and stuff does certain type of things, and you know, I would be offered some of that shit, and I'd be like, no, and I always stood on that. Always stood on that.
Yeah.
No one can never say that anything went up my nose. Period.
He goes straight to the nose.
Hey, that's the truth.
He goes straight to the nose.
That's the truth. Or a pill. Pill. I've never popped a pill for fun. If it wasn't green, I wasn't fucking with it. And if it wasn't liquor, I wasn't fucking with it.
I just never wanted, like, hard drugs and stuff like that. It goes back to the kids. I never wanted the kids to be like,
my daddy was a crackhead.
No, not that. And I never really wanted them to be, I always wanted to be like, I don't do that. Because, you know, you'd be like, what you telling me not to do it? Your ass doing it.
Right, facts.
I never wanted to be the parent no, I always wanted to be like, I'm not doing it. What the hell you doing it for?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I understand our kids got to experiment, knock their heads and stuff like that. I know, you got to be understanding about that. Because they're going to be their own person. You know what I mean? And they're going to try things, but you can lead by example. I'm not doing that. You know what I mean?
And I've never done it. Let's throw that shit out there. Like, because like if my daughter came back and said, "Oh, I tried this," I would be so disappointed, bro.
I mean, that's what you would be. It's just disappointed.
I would be so disappointed.
And then you would
bro.
explain, "Hey, I don't do this." You
and
know,
I've never
you don't have to do that. Who gave you that?
Right.
You know what I mean? Did you just want to do that?
Yeah. Hopefully, I'll raise her good. Hopefully, I'll raise her that she choose who she calls a friend and who she doesn't.
They gotta knock their own head.
I know, and that's what I think that's being a new father. Like, you know what I'm saying?
They gonna do it.
That's what I'm afraid of. Like, I don't want her to have to knock her head. I want her to be able to like listen to me and be like, no, like, this is the consequences of you doing this type shit.
You're crazy if you think that's
I know,
gonna work.
I know that's La La Land, bro. Yeah, I get it.
Very much because
it's La La Land.
She needs to listen to me. Well, guess what?
She's not going to.
Well, guess what? Now I'm doing way more shit.
I know,
dummy.
I know.
Watch this.
I know, dude. I know.
It's gonna be bad. You gotta kind of be leaning about not be. I mean, you can be strict. You can be strict all you want. I'm not telling you how to raise your kid, but I'm just saying that logic.
No, you know, I've been around you a long time, and I've seen how you raise your daughters, and I'm definitely going to model raising my daughter off of how you raise yours.
I mean, I mean,
you was an example for me for that.
It's hard, and like I said, they still not going to hit. You know, and still not going to hit. You know what I mean? It's disappointing. Okay, I still got to, but it's on me to walk her through it. Listen, this is why that was wrong. Understand me here. Understand this leads with that. You know what I mean? So she'll calm down a little, or we can manage it. I'll give her a better solution to things. You know what I mean?
So like, I bet it hurts, like as a father to, you know what I mean? Like if you got bad news from your daughter, like I mean, like how did you like handle? I don't know what if you ever got bad news. But but how would you like handle that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Did it hit your feels? Were you angry? Like,
so I think with my daughter, my oldest daughter. I don't know how she feels now because she has been on the changing side, like going into her own person and into her own woman.
Yeah, and she's definitely grown into a nice young lady for sure.
And she, so I know she didn't want me disappointed. My kids, they don't want to disappoint me.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I don't. But there was a certain point in her life where maybe I wasn't showing her that much attention. I wouldn't even say that much attention. Maybe I was just like, she just stopped caring.
Okay.
Let her tell it. She just stopped caring.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was getting calls from school. She just stopped. She turned it around like before I started all that. She turned it around so good. You know what I mean? This is when she was in high school. She turned around, graduated and everything. She ended up doing really good.
Congratulations.
But there was a point that she just didn't give a shit. You know what I mean?
Do you think that's all teenager phase though?
Yeah.
Because I didn't give a fuck as a teenager.
No, my son going through it right now.
Yeah.
My son doesn't. I could tell in his face. He
don't give a fuck.
He just, bro. He's so close from cussing me out. I see it in his face. I see it, and I give him the look. Do it.
I dare you, nigga.
Do the shit. And it's not that I dare you, because honestly, he know. But the thing is if he do it, you know what I mean?
He got to stand on that.
He going to have to stand on it. But when I fuck him up, is he gonna care? That's where I'm at. You know what I mean? He ain't gonna get it. Yeah, I think he's to the point, which he hasn't done. Mm-hmm. He hasn't disrespected me. He with Junior, I give him, like I said, it's an open door. So sometimes he can get a little chippy at the mouth, and I'll be like, "Who you talking to?" You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But then I'll think like, "Damn," you know what I mean? Last time we had an argument, I had an argument with my oldest daughter. He came in my house, and I was about to leave, and I was talking shit, and your sister doing all this. He stood on business about his sister. Yeah, but you acting kind of weird too. I don't know what. So it's weird. Like, he was kind of like going at me. I'm like, what the fuck was that? Like, he protecting his sister, but then I respected it.
Right, because he had the balls. But
and then he was saying real shit. He wasn't talking as I didn't like it, but I thought about it. Get your ass out too. The fuck out of my house. You know what I mean? Since you talking all that shit, go back to your mama's house. But then when I got home, I went to work, and I got to where I'm like, damn, he was talking that shit.
That little nigga stood on his business.
He stood on his business, and he was willing to take an ass whooping for it. That's what I respected it.
You gotta respect it.
I'm willing to take. I know he know he can't fuck me up. You know what I mean? He know that, but he was willing to take it there. Like, if you fuck me up, you fuck me up type shit. You know what I mean? I don't care. I'm standing on this. You know what I mean? You acting weird towards my sister. I don't like that shit. I don't like y'all arguing at all. He stood on business and that's what I respected about him. And that's what I told him. Mm-hmm. I ain't hide that from him. I told him that I respect it. I couldn't do nothing but respect what you did. I get it. I get what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
kudos to him.
That don't come with a lot of dads though. You know what I mean? The dads be in the house. It's my house, and it's a fight over who's the man of the house. You think I'm trying to be the man of this motherfucker? I'm your son. You know what I mean? Right. And I think, not to get too deep, we got to end this here soon. Right. But not to get too deep with the father and son dynamic.
Right.
He just this is who you raised. If you in your son's life and he growing up to you feel like he bigger than you, now you intimidated by him, and now you telling him shit to do and shit, like you treating him different because he bigger than you, and you trying to be the man of the house. No, he just being a teenager. You know what I mean?
Right.
He's just being your son. This is who you raised. He ain't knocked you out. You think you could knock my ass out? He never said that. He never said that. And he don't think that. And who you showing out for? Your wife? Your girl? His mama? Why are you doing that? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. I mean, at some point you got to respect him as a man, and that was his man moment. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, him being a teenager, I feel like it's a little glimpse of it. Mm-hmm. Right? Okay. Oh, okay. That was some man shit. All right. Good job, son. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so no, you know what I'm saying? I applaud my nephew.
You can't beat their ass for every goddamn. You just beating them up and shit. Just no. One thing, like, he do get snippy with his mom. One thing I don't play is the snippy with the mom shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do not play. Me and you can have a snippy with whatever. You know, they mama has done so much for them. She has done so much for them. You know what I mean? She's done a lot of sacrifices for them to put herself in them in the position which they will understand once they older. They probably just see mom. Right. She's being mom. She has put them in a position where they can they honestly just spoil kids. Right. You know what I mean? They don't see it that way. You know what I mean? They don't. No, we're not spoiled. They are really good. You know what I mean? Their mom has put them in a good position.
Right.
And
I must say, I have to give kudos to my baby mom as well with that. Right. Even though her and I don't see eye to eye. But I will say that I had a baby with the right person in that regard, right? Because I know going to take care of my daughter. Oh,
we're going to have to blank that out.
Yeah, she's going to take care of my daughter, and you won't have to blank that out. But she's going to take care of my daughter how it's supposed to be done, and I never have any worries when my daughter's not with me, right? So I have to say that, just like you just said. Like, she's always going to make sure that they're in the best position that they need to be in. So,
and back to me. If like I said, I can handle Junior talking to me and shit like that. I can't handle him disrespecting his mom in any way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Any form of disrespect that I see towards the mothers,
Yeah, it gotta go down.
It's got to go down.
Yeah.
I'm not playing that shit because I know what she's done for y'all. You know what I mean? Because when I wasn't shit, she was. I was included. She was taking care of me too.
Right.
You know what I mean? She taking care of all of us. So what you ain't gonna do is disrespect what me and her may not see eye to eye sometimes.
Right.
But you ain't. I don't give a shit what you got going on with her.
Okay.
You not gonna disrespect her, or me and you gonna have a problem. So he knows that.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
but at the end of the day, choosing your friends wisely. Try to get somebody like me. This is gonna take time for you to be like this.
Real brothers.
Yeah, real brother type shit.
Real
but
brothers,
they're out there. Peer pressure. If someone's peer pressuring you, as an adult, I guess adults go through that. I learned something new. Adults go through that. Kids go through that.
Break up with him, girl. Break up with him, girl. Hey, no, bro. Come on, bro. Just come out with us, bro. Fuck your family.
Oh no! See, I've never.
I ain't never experienced that
I'm about
either.
to say somebody said this shit.
No, but I'm sure it happens.
Let's cut him off. Let's block
sure it
him
happens.
right now.
No, I'm sure it happens though. man, you can come out, man. You've been with the family all week.
Nah.
Yeah, I mean, it don't happen to me, and I don't allow it to happen to me. But I'm just saying, like, I know that shit happens, right? I mean, think about how many people's in the goddamn club every week, right? Someone had to say to get there and made them skew their mind to not be with their children to go out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, bro. I feel like people get peer pressure all the time in that age group. Just being honest. I'm just being honest, man. Just being honest. If y'all agree with me, put it in the comments, man.
Because 30 and 40 years old getting peer pressure. It's just,
I think that's just
I have
real.
no advice for you. You should grow up. I don't know.
Yeah,
man.
but if you don't know what grow up is, shit, you don't know.
You will when she leave you. Or he leaves you. You're gonna learn that very quickly.
Man.
But I think we should it's been a minute, so I think we should wrap this up. I think
all right.
we done enough talking about the friendship and shit. I think the following we're gonna start prepping this a little better about the about how we the format, how we gonna do the podcasting.
Exactly.
I think we're gonna bring you more stories about bringing into our lives, to our relationships, into our families.
Of course.
After today, I think we just wanted you to know who we were today and how we met and how the friendship we've gained over the few years.
Absolutely. Straight brother. And you know what I'm saying? We want you to, I want to thank you guys for listening, Cultures versus Vultures. Again, you can subscribe right there and hit that button. Please go follow the YouTube, subscribe. We need as much subs as we can get. Please go to Instagram, follow. Please go to TikTok to follow. Please, Facebook, follow, please, right? The podcast will be on Apple Podcasts and Spotify soon. That is coming. Just bear with us.
Sitting at home, you can clean. You just put your earphones in and just
bada boom, bada bing.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Thank you. Cultures versus Vultures. This is your boy LY.
We out.
We out.